Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's tip or writer's tip about dealing with, let's call it a personal thing that's negative in your life, but still being able to work. Now, I don't like to tell a lot of personal stuff about myself in videos, but uh, I've got a situation. I'm not going to describe it. It's not that negative. It's not the end of the world, but it's a bit of a distraction. Yeah, because it's annoying, and I'm thinking about it. Now, the worst thing you could do if you have a situation like that, and you're trying to write, and you're trying to work, or you're trying to just get over the situation, is to dwell on the negativity in that situation, whatever it is. Again, I'm not going to tell you, but let's just say, I don't know, your car breaks down. It can be, just something like that. It can uh, be a real hassle to fix your car, and maybe there's expense involved and it sets you back. Maybe you had that money set aside to, help promote your comic or whatever project you're working on, and now you have to scramble and maybe delay things by a few months. Um, you can't let the negative uh, dictate your mood and dictate your work ethic. Yeah, you might need to go out, and do something nice for yourself to get your spirits back up. For me, I like to go to the supermarket sometimes because it makes me feel good to have food in the house. Like when I don't have food in the house, I'm just annoyed because every once in a while I want a snack. So I bought a bunch of food today. So now the house has a bunch of food, and I can say, oh, good, I have food. And if I want to go get a snack, I'll go get one. I'll probably get one after this last video. Um, so, you need to sort of take care of yourself and make yourself feel good, but you can't get too caught up in that. You still have to work, you still have to write, and you don't want to slow that pace down because that's part of the process, right? You want to write every day, you want to write more and more. I'm slacking behind with book 18 a little bit, so I gotta kick up my game. My sleep schedule's a little off. That sort of messed me up. So I got to get back in line, and plus I got like 5 events this week, so I definitely have to kick some ass in the next few days regarding my work. So in order to do that, today was a bit of a struggle because I was tired. I'm dealing with this personal issue, which again I don't want to tell you, and I got to get stuff done. So I'm doing my videos best I can, just moving forward with them, getting them done, getting them off my plate, and then moving on to the next thing, which in this case has gotten right back into the book, and starting to think about it. And you got to start thinking about the positives. So for me, the positive is I was at the Williamstown Craft Fair, and I didn't really have a lot of time to walk around and talk to people in Williamstown. I kind of wanted to do that, but just wasn't in the cards, because my next book actually takes place in Williamstown. But I did find out from some of the locals, just fell into my lap. One of the locals told me an interesting fact about Williamstown and its history that segues well within the novel, so I'm going to be using that in the story. And so, once I had that little kernel of knowledge, when I sat down to do my videos, I said to myself, oh, I can just force myself to write some of the book and move that story forward, or at least do some further research on the subject, and use that information to sort of fuel me. And what you're really trying to do, the negatives in your life can be a distraction, but you can re-distract yourself, I think, by concentrating on the work and doing what you need to do in that work. Now, for me, it's a lot of research in South Jersey that inspires me. For you, it may be something different, maybe to come up with a new character or, new plot or new line or whatever. Um, I make my videos every day. That's something I have to do. Getting that off my plate. I make the web comics at the Web Comic Factory. Sometimes I have to write them, so that's a good distraction too. So you just gotta try to move forward and crunch it as best you can. And the more you move forward, and you're not dwelling on the problem, the less that problem seems to be, in your life. It gets smaller and smaller with each passing moment. So you just basically work through it, and eventually you'll be distracted enough that you'll just be back in the mode of working, and then hopefully when you look back on the negative, whatever it was, you didn't spend the week just brooding about it. You spent the week getting stuff done, and it's like, yeah, that happened, that was a negative, but at least I got 40 pages done of the book or whatever. So work through it, focus as best you can, and don't dwell on the negatives. So that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up this week, a bunch of events, like I said. Let's see. What's cooking? I'll be at the Farmstead on the 15th. That's a Thursday. That's in Medford. I'll be at the Unexpected Farm Friday the 16th, finally, I think, from 5 p.m. till dark. On the 17th, Saturday, I'll be at I Heart Horror Ice Cream at Hot Rod's Ice Cream Jamboree in Sayreville. And Sunday, I'll be at Mayfair Historical Smithville Park in East Hampton, New Jersey. So and then on the 19th, that's Monday, I'll be at the Atlantic County Historical Society's Author Night. So lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff. That's at 6:30. Anyhow, hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.